What if nothing had happened in that game too in Madrid?
Like I said, hindsight is 20/20, so it's hard for me to say. I mean, it's obvious that we would have made it to the Final Four.
One shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah.
I guess that after one season staying in Partizan for a third consecutive year is something like a relief, refreshing, or something else.
I mean, it's definitely good to be around some familiar faces. I mean, our team changed a lot, big deal. We lost big pieces, and it took us a little bit a while to get some chemistry, but we're picking up some steam, and we got to just keep capitalizing on that.
You had a busy off-season, I guess. There were some rumors about Olympiacos, again about Panathinaikos. What really happened?
I mean, I had interest in both places, and I'm grateful for that. I mean, considering my rise and my start from the beginning of my career to where I am now, I'm just grateful to even have the interest, and I decided to stay here for the time being, keep growing my mind, my game, and everything. And when the time comes, just keep going, you know.
What was the main reason you decided to stay in Belgrade?
Just speaking to the organization, speaking with Coach, he said he wanted to build a Final Four team, and considering that he'd been to so many Final Fours, I took that in consideration. Considering with some of the guys coming back as well, I feel like we had a good chance within the next 2 years that I'll be here.
Media and fans sometimes think that the money is big, the status is high, and they consider professional players as, spoiled guys, but with easy calls. But how do you take your big decisions? What is your procedure?
To take my big decisions, it's kind of like a group thing. Me and my family always come together, making sure the fit. Obviously, the money is big because, I mean, as a professional athlete, you only get so many years to make a certain amount of money. So it's not like a job where you can go be a doctor for 50 years. You get 10 good years and you get the best out of your legs and your mind, and you keep going. Even though your mind wants to keep going, your body could get older. So that's what people have to understand as a professional athlete. It's nothing that is about this or that. It's about, obviously, your family, comfortability, and just overall as a goal, as a whole, just making good decisions for yourself.
You played with Kevin Panther in Milano too. Was his choice to stay something that affect your decision too?
Partly. I mean, I wouldn't say it just affected my decision was made by me and the people around me that was close to me. Just looking at the whole grand scheme of things, hindsight's always 20/20. So you just gotta just make the most of what your time is and continue to go for it.
Did you try to convince Matthias Lesor to stay?
I think he had signed, but I think him and KP signed at the same time. So Matthias is like a brother to me. I mean, we grew a brotherhood together. I mean, we've been through wars together, fights on the court together, all kind of things. And so it's very tough to see him go, but I'm always grateful to see him have success and continue his success.
What is the most characteristic memory from your first Euroleague experience here in Greece with Olympiacos?
That season was just very challenging. I mean, there was a lot of things off the floor going on. There was things on the floor. With Coach Blatt getting sick at the end of the season, we didn't finish the season from what I remember. So there was a lot of things that was going on, and I just remember just being so young. I was 24. So it was my second year of my career. Now I'm in the 7th, 8th year of my career. So it's crazy to get that experience so early, but it just makes me think that you just can't take nothing for granted. You got to make the most out of every day. Come in, go to work, and not worry about things you can't control.
We know Coach Obradovic for his coaching skills, but also for his way to convince players to play for him. Did he say anything specific to convince you to stay in Partizan last summer?
I wouldn't say it was anything specific. I mean, like I said, I had a lot of interest from a lot of places, and I'm growing my game to be able to fit into any system in Europe. And I take pride in that, being able to fit in all multiple systems in Europe. But I just decided, like I said, with my group of people, with my support system, and when I came down to the pros and cons of things, I felt within these next 2 years, I felt that we would have a good chance to go to the Final Four. all I'm about is winning. I've been about that my whole career, so that's what I'm trying to do is win at the highest level.
You played under Saras, David Blatt, Messina, and Zach. Any lessons, any differences between them?
All of them completely different people. You know, I've had completely different relationships with all of them, but at the same time, I mean, I was able to win and learn from all of them as well. And taking from one experience going to another was big. Knowing that I could play for tough coaches and continue to have success is definitely a blessing for sure.
I don't know if you generally like the what-if talks or something, but what if nothing had happened in that game too in Madrid?
Like I said, hindsight is 20/20, so it's hard for me to say. I mean, it's obvious that we would have made it to the Final Four, but you can't look back on things like that because you won't be able to go forward. So we just have to keep going, and everybody is where they are. Everybody on different teams. Everybody has success and finding their place and earning their value as a player in Europe. And so we continue to go forward and continue to grow.
What keeps you motivated in your life and your career?
Just remembering where I come from, you know, the low beginnings. Remembering the times where people doubted, but I wouldn't really say I was doubted. I would just say, being overlooked. You know, there's been a lot of times like that, and that just keeps me going every day, keeps my motivation, because I want to keep going and make the most of my career and make the most out of every moment.
Is NBA still in your career bucket list, perhaps?
For sure. I mean, that's always been a childhood dream, and I work my tail off every day, every summer, to prove on both ends for what I can do. Which, if I was to make it to the NBA, it would be a role player, you know, to be a high-level role player, playing hard, getting extra possessions, making the most of possessions and stuff like that. So that's something that I do at a high level, and I'm just grateful to be able to do that. But for sure, it's always a dream, for sure, always a goal, and that keeps me going.
Is Kemba Walker and Jabari Parker arrival a boost for Euroleague or something like that? Can you?
I mean, I can't really speak for them guys. I mean, they have their own experience and stuff like that. I just feel like the competition is getting tough every year. It's getting better every year. The marketing is getting better. I mean, when you see the teams and the high level of the teams, and you look at from top to bottom the teams, it's crazy. The talent level is going up. From when I first got in Euroleague, you know, it's completely different talent level to even make it to the league. So, you know, you just gotta just take that. It's no nights off. You know, it used to be a couple nights off, but now it's none. So you have to come and bring your hard hat every game.
Is there any misconception players, fans, and media in US have for European basketball?
I would say they. I wouldn't really say there's a misconception now. I mean, when you look at the NBA now, I mean, I would say in 5 years, maybe half of the NBA will be European, possibly. You know, as an American player, I thought I would never see that. Growing up, seeing people like T-Mac, Kobe in the 2000s, you rarely would see European players, but now you see the skill level, you see the talent level, and it's translating. So, you know, basketball is all together. That's the beautiful thing about the sport. It's going global, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
Your career in Europe, starting in 2017 in Israel, is what you thought of back then, or is there anything you would like to know sooner about life and in basketball in Europe?
I mean, I had some crazy experiences. When you look from top to bottom, every year is always something new that's crazy that happens. So, I mean, like I said, I just take it every day, just make the most of it and just go with the flow. Just try to be a warrior on the court, be there for my teammates whenever they need me, on and off the floor, and just keep on making the most of it.